Let's get back to the breaking news right now again, because this has just taken over our world for the last almost 2 hours. It was just a little while ago, 934 pages of court documents containing the names on Jeffrey Epstein's list were finally revealed. All but 2 of the nearly 200 names were disclosed. These names are famous people, high-powered people, Bill Clinton, the late Stephen Hawking, to name a few. Again, we're still sifting through the hundreds of pages. I want to bring in high-profile lawyer Mark Garagos. Attorney Misty Maris is also with us, an investigative journalist, the one who actually interviewed Jeffrey Epstein and has been on this all along the way, hosted the documentary series Chasing Ghislaine, Vicky Ward. Misty, I want to start with you because this has been like wild a little bit.
Wild.
We've been going through the documents here, and there's 2 things so far, and you're going to continue to go through the documents during the show. So you've got your computer. We've got literally 10 people behind the scenes, too. We come across anything new, we're going to bring it to you right away. But there's 2 bombshells, I would say, that we've come across so far. The first involves Bill Clinton, and I want to put this up so you can see for yourself. And I also want to tell people context is important here. So I'm going to read you what this, and this isn't the right one. I want to do the Bill Clinton one first. I'm going to read you what these documents say, but then we're going to talk about the context. First document with Bill Clinton, it's a deposition from Joanna Sjoberg, who said that Clinton likes young girls. And I'm going to read this to you. The question during the deposition, if we can get it up, did Jeffrey ever talk to you about Bill Clinton? And she responds, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. This is new. Give us the context.
Yeah, this is new, obviously a really salacious statement. However, you got to keep in mind where this is coming from. This is coming from Joanna Sjoberg's deposition. It's her account of the events. And even from the exact language that you just read, it's Epstein told her that Bill Clinton said this, right? So it's a chain of information. It's not direct knowledge about something that Bill Clinton said directly to her. Keep in mind of who she is in this whole grand scheme of things. She's someone who is an alleged victim or potentially a co-conspirator. We don't know. We do know, however, that she did offer up testimony, at least she said so publicly, to the FBI in 2019. So much of what we see here may already have been in the hands of law enforcement for vetting later on. But remember, this particular case, this never went to trial. So this deposition testimony wasn't necessarily challenged in the context of a trial.
Okay, I want to bring in Vicky Ward here because you know this case unlike anyone else. And again, we're going through this in real time. Vicky, this statement from Sjoberg, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. What does this mean to you, Vicky? Is this something that you have heard before?
I have actually, Brian. I didn't know that it was Johanna who had said it. I mean, I'm like you, I'm scrambling to go through all of these and putting all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together. So I didn't know who it was a direct quote from. I would, echo Misty. I unfortunately knew Jeffrey Epstein a little bit, and he, his whole currency was in saying things that may or may not have been true about the powerful and famous people in his orbit. But, I will say so far, I haven't got to that bit. And I've been going chronologically. Yeah. I'm actually kind of really sickened by the role of the women so far that I'm reading. I haven't yet got to all the names of all the men and all the context, but it feels like in what I'm reading that Jeffrey Epstein had not just Ghislaine Maxwell, but a whole coterie of women going out and recruiting underage girls, and it's very difficult to read, frankly.
Yeah, it's a good point that you bring up, Vicky, because we're focusing in on a few of these parts, but overall it is disturbing to know what a massive operation this was behind the scene. And you make a good point, too, because the quote again, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. He said is Epstein, and we know that Epstein is a liar. So, again, context is important here. Mark, you're also just getting a first look at these documents. What do you make of this Bill Clinton section?
Well, you've already nailed it. I mean, this is not something that would ever be admissible.
Hey, thank you for watching.
please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.